Last season, the Magic finished 41-41, but keep in mind, Paolo only played 46 games and Franz only played 50 games in this regular season. And a couple of things I thought was really interesting, especially before both of these guys got injured. Paolo got injured, I want to say the 6th game of the season. But in the 4th game of the season, he had a 50-point game against the Pacers. Franz was also on a stretch right before his injury. And the last 14 games before he was injured in early December, he scored over 38 times. And in 2 more of those games, he had 29. The team was 11-3 in his last 14 game stretch where he was just going absolutely ballistic. And then to finish out the season, when both Franz and Paolo were back, the Orlando Magic were 28-21. My point here is when both of them were playing, they were rolling. And then after they came back from injury, I think it still took a little bit of time for them to revamp. They didn't look like themselves until closer to the end of the regular season and then in the playoffs. And while they still look fantastic, don't get me wrong, what made them special was their defense. One of the best defenses in the league. They were phenomenal on the defensive side of the ball. Paolo and Franz were great at driving to the basket and scoring in the paint. But I think when it came down to the playoffs, especially in that first round against Boston, Boston was able to shrink that floor a little bit. And one of the big glaring weaknesses that was obvious with the Orlando Magic throughout the entire season, but especially in the playoffs, was shooting. Desmond Bane can bring a lot of shooting to this team. In the last 4 seasons, Desmond Bane averaged 23 points, 5 assists, a steal, 5 rebounds on 40% from 3 on at least 8 3-point attempts a game. Not only is that excellent shooting, but that's also we've seen Desmond Bane during stretches in Memphis when Ja wasn't playing, and also with Ja on the floor, we've seen him be and take on the role of a primary ball handler, primary playmaker, and I think he can bring some of that to this team, but doesn't need to do it all the time because Franz and Paolo are still good at that as well. Bane is great defensively, so it's not like they're taking away from their defensive identity. I think he'll add to it. And also, Desmond Bane isn't too far out of their timeline. He's only 26 years old. If anything, call me crazy, he can get better. I think the role he had in Memphis will translate well to his time in Orlando. Like I said, being the guy who can play off the ball while Ja has the ball, like he probably will a lot with Franz and Paolo running the offense and moving around off screens, pin downs, flares, but also running pick and roll himself. A pick and roll with either Franz or Paolo as the roller and Desmond Bane as the ball handler, that can create a lot of good looks for this Orlando Magic team.